Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Factorio Masochists Marathon. So, last episode we got a variety of things done. We expanded the circuit outpost a little bit more, although I still need to do a lot of work on that. We got a new iron outpost done because we are churning through a lot of that iron, especially with the new steel smelting we've got. And, of course, a lot of struggling against all the biter attacks from the now fixed pollution. So at the end of that last episode, I did say I wanted to get a load of biter pushing done so we can clear some land to get some more outposts done. But I didn't get nowhere near as much time this week to record as I thought I would. So I've decided I want to try and spend a whole episode in the factory, not doing anything out with outposts, and hopefully getting a load of stuff done here. And actually start using bots as well. So we're going to be expanding the Roboport network. We're also going to do a little bit of work on the nuclear power area, on the reactor area. A few things. I'm not getting the full layout done yet because without Kovacs, I don't think we could possibly get enough 235 to run this layout. I know I'm not going to be gaining from the adjacency bonus, but that was mostly just to show the layout I'm going to aim towards. So the first thing we do this episode is just come and lay this out properly with the correct number of heat exchangers hooked up for the ratio of 2 reactors. So I found an excellent post online that details the adjacency bonuses for reactors. I'll try and remember to put a link in the description for it because I found it very handy and very interesting. I learned a lot from it, how the adjacency bonus works. So currently we're going to go with this layout with the adjacency bonus of 2 reactors. And according to that tutorial or forum post on it, basically 2 reactors next to each other is the equivalent of 4 single reactors on their own is the way it is. So and the way the forum displays it is 2 reactors next to each other can support 16 heat exchangers. Was it 16 have I done? Yeah, 16 and 32 turbines. So that's the layout we're going with. And because we're running 2 now, we also need some belts to feed in the fuel cells and take out the depleted ones. So we get that all laid out like that. Obviously, I need to get the proper amount of water coming in so that all runs okay. And then when the power demands actually need it, or at least when we got Kovacs done, I'll do the full 4 reactor layout. So we finished the portable fusion reactor research. Also, I've kind of done something a bit stupid by bringing the logistics network up here. The construction bots are going right past a load of biters, and this does continue to be a bit of a problem this episode, but I try and ignore it, hoping it'll just go away, but we'll sort it out in a bit. I also haven't put any storage down for the bots, so there was a bot just on the screen back there, just standing around, just floating, but yeah. So the next thing we pick for the research is the exoskeleton, because I need those legs. I'm trying to basically get a number of things out of the way before I kick off the Kovacs research, or laser turret damage. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do about that. It's probably going to be one more laser turret damage because Kovacs is going to take a very long time. Kovacs is 6,000 science packs, where another laser turret damage is 2,000. So if I get that out of the way, I should be nice and comfortable to use lasers to deal with behemoths. I can start building my power armor. I haven't researched the final one. I've got the second from last one. The only reason I'm avoiding the final one is I need to do a load of the speed and effectivity module research, or is it the productivity? Anyway, yeah, we'll get on to that once we've done Kovacs, because I really need to do the enrichment process research to run these 4 reactors. I'm pretty comfortable at the moment. We've got over 100 uranium-235, so as soon as we do have Kovacs, we can already get 2 centrifuges running that, so we can start building up our 235. But I really don't want to push it too far. But I will soon expand our processing capabilities as well, just so we're getting more 235 coming through. Anyway, just to make sure we can run these 2 reactors. But yeah, so me laying it out before was just to show the layout I'm using. And I didn't fuel that other reactor last episode, and I can't really think why now. I should have just done it. I should also disconnect those 2 heat exchangers at the bottom we're not using. But it didn't actually affect the available performance, so I never actually bothered doing it, but they will be sapping a bit of heat. But I think once they're full of heat, they'll just act as they won't bother the setup at all. So yeah, I'm just going to leave that like that, and then as soon as we've got Kovacs, we'll get the rest of that uranium area all running. I mean, I could get it running if 235 continues to increase greater than we're actually using it, because you actually get 10 fuel cells per single 235, which 10 fuel cells do go pretty far But uranium's a good 50% of our power production now. It's a pretty amazing amount of power you get from that area. So the next thing I get on with in the episode is I want to push all these biters back because we're going to extend the bus a little bit more. Potentially the last thing that's going on the end of the bus, I think. Although I may be missing out something very important like modules. We're going to need production for all of that, but we've got all our sciences done in the main bus. But we are going to need our automated production area, so that's what we're going to be working on next. But we currently don't have any room to do it, but we do have the luxury of bots now, so I can use those to clear the trees. But it does mean we're going to have to push back a load of biters to do so. So the alarm's been going off quite a lot while we've been doing this. Basically, me getting them to clear those trees. The only storage chest I've put down is up at the nuclear area, and they're passing a load of biters and spitters, and they're just all getting destroyed. And this kind of becomes the theme for the first bit of the episode, and I got really annoyed with it. I just kept ignoring it, and we ended up losing a stupid number of construction robots. So I do apologise for anyone that is extremely triggered. I do deal with it eventually, but we will have to put up with that alarm for a little bit. I know the alarm's bad enough already with this series. Once I fix the pollution, it's just constant. But we will get to a point where we really don't have to worry about the alarm after a while. I'm going to get nukes, I'm going to get power armor, I'm going to be really powerful. We're going to clear this Red Sea right back, and it won't be a problem. It's just at the moment, I just don't have the time to deal with it without it being an entire episode of just pure biter slaying. And that brings me on to another point with this episode. This is an old classic one where there's no editing at all. It's just over an hour's worth of gameplay at 3 times speed. Basically, like I said earlier, I didn't have anywhere near as much time to record as I thought I would. So this is just a classic episode of 1 hour's gameplay, 3 times speed, and post-commentary. So I hope you don't mind a bit of normal speed biter pushing, just like the good old days. Because this takes me so much less time to make an episode, but that doesn't mean it should be any less quality, or at least I hope it doesn't mean any less quality with less editing, but it's just going to be me struggling to find things to talk about more, and that stupid alarm going off constantly. It does get very annoying. Anyway, we've cleared a nice bit of space. There's a nest down here. I generally want to just push back anyway because of the constant attacks that keeps hitting that corner of defense there, so we get that all cleared up as well. So we've got our exoskeleton research done. We've nearly finished the first stage of shields. I don't know if I could be bothered to wait for the second stage, although I do usually just completely skip the first stage of shields. Also trying to put the deconstruction tool in a reserve slot. There's several things I do quite often that I never actually mention because I'm always rambling on about something else. I always get into the mode and then forget to talk about it, but there's one I finally mentioned. So we kind of sort out the whole storage chest thing. I tell them to deconstruct those trees, then I put some chests there, but the game must clearly decide where the construction robot's going to take the trees before they've even gone and picked them up. So what I have to do in a bit is go and cancel all of that deconstruction, and then, yeah, go and delete the box up in the north and then get them to deconstruct all those trees again. But we're going to have lots more of the alarm. We get loads and loads of construction robots destroyed. And with my lack of resources and the increased expense of making them, it's really, really stupid. So yeah, I come and deconstruct the trees there. Come and stick some turrets in as well to come and kill these biters and avenge the death of the 50 or 60 odd construction robots that get killed in the process of coming up here. But we get rid of that box, and that seems to sort that out eventually. Oh, sort of eventually. It does get very annoying though. That alarm is kind of driving me mad. So I can't wait to go on a massive biter rampage. I think what I'm going to do when I do need to do a major amount of clearing, and I won't have time to record because of work and stuff, what I'm going to do is just do a live stream again. I doubt people are just going to want to sit there for 4 or 5 hours just watching me biter slaying, but I'm just going to do it anyway. I don't know if I'll leave the episode up for people that don't catch it, but I don't know when it's going to be. It's probably going to be quite a spontaneous live stream because of the lack of time I have at the moment. It'll probably be at a weekend at some point, maybe on a Sunday. I'll just jump on and do a stupidly long live stream, although that's what I said about last time, but I ended up not feeling too great, and I kind of had to end it earlier than I planned, but I still got the stuff done in the stream that I wanted to do. But we'll have a go at doing another one. One thing I really need to work on is sorting out the iron. The shortage of science packs this episode is the amount of iron getting into blue, so I really need to look at maybe upgrading to red belts at some point. It's just they're so expensive. I need to sort of max out the throughput of yellow before we go red, but I don't know. See how it goes. We're going to need a lot of iron as soon as you go up to red, and especially up to blue. One blue underground belt is 80 cogs, is it? Or something stupid like that. Anyway, we've got some nice space to work with now. We've pushed back the biters. The only annoying noise we've got to deal with now is the fact that we don't have any repair packs. So we're going to get that bleep quite a lot. But at 3 times speed, it's not very noticeable. So the one thing I want to put in before we get to the automatic construction area is finally putting in a proper belt production array instead of having that temporary construction area. And once all the automation construction's set up, we can get rid of that whole area, which gives us a load of room around where the labs are, so I can relay how the labs are fed as well. So yeah, there'll be an episode soon where I properly sort out science packs, because at the moment they're really slow. And for Kovacs, we're going to need to speed it up a lot. Otherwise, it's going to take forever. So we're going to spend a lot of time on that while Kovacs is going on. I think the order of magnitude is going to be do this steel smelting outpost somewhere, maybe find a load of iron patches, get that crammed in. Because with the ratio of recipes, it's just a bit crazy. We're doing them in the factory. Then that'll free up smelting columns in the factory for normal iron. That'll increase our iron production massively. I think we've got 3 steel smelting columns, so that's going to help. Then we can get those coming down in yellow belts. They're still going to be the length of a yellow belt smelting array, and then we'll have red probably from where the belt balance is going to be, something like that. Really up the throughput of steel. Now I'm making circuits out the factory. We could probably get rid of the circuit production area, free up a bit of iron there. Do I keep saying steel for iron? I don't know. I'm just rambling anyway. So we've got our belt array pretty much laid out, which means the next thing we can do is start feeding products into our logistics system and start getting that automatic production area set up, because that's going to be really handy for stuff like centrifuges. I'm not going to have to spend ages running around gathering a load of resources. We can just feed it into there and it'll just get made eventually, while I'm spending a stupid amount of time running around setting up outposts. But yeah, setting up outposts is going to be much better with a personal roboport. I really need to get on with crafting the next level of power armor and getting the portable reactor we now have researched. But I think that's going to be maybe the start of episode. I don't know. I still haven't decided what's happening exactly next episode. I haven't even finished this one yet. So anyway, we start bringing the belts forward to where I'm going to have the passive providers and essentially the input to the logistics system. I know this is what I did last time, but I can't seem to come up with anything better, so we go for that. And ages ago now, we did finish our shield research and we kicked off laser turret damage 7. I think with that extra laser turret damage, behemoths will be a little less difficult to deal with. At present, those behemoth biters distract the turrets long enough for a couple of spitters to do a bit of damage, and they're generally wearing defenses down everywhere unless I put in quite a lot of defenses. So that's really going to help us stop our turrets from getting destroyed while we spend the age waiting for Kovacs. And while we're waiting for Kovacs, I can really work on improving science production. So that's going to be anything from new outposts, getting more resource, upping our smelting speed, all those kind of things, just to try and get that going. But then when we've got, you know, I've got better weapons, we've got Kovacs running, we've got plenty of power, I can really start to work on getting lots more production outposts going. And eventually the factory is going to be kind of a thing of the past in a way. We'll rarely come here. It's going to still do science, but we'll be producing way more out in the production areas. I think this is going to be my plan. I really want to have a go at some of these infinite researches with this masochist setup, you know, just see how far we can really push it. So there's one bit of wall over there that keeps getting a lot of turrets destroyed. I really need to go and sort it out at some point, but I am trying to ignore it. I want to spend the whole episode in the factory, but we do go and sort it out in a bit. And the first thing I get set up is some repair packs. So with that, hopefully the bleeping can eventually stop and the factory can at least repair itself. We did give a passive provider to the laser turret production, so it can at least replace any laser turrets that get destroyed within the factory. We come and pick a load up for my person, because we are going to go for a little drive now and visit all the defenses that need a little bit of addressing. But we suddenly get stuck because I'm trying to avoid getting run over by a train. And then I notice how those spitters were sneaking in before. I mean, we've got turrets in place now. They're trying to diagonally getting through my turrets there. Not very good defenses at all. So we come and sort this wall out a bit. Doesn't really need too much attention, but it is worth giving it a little bit. Now we've got our production area set up. We can get all kinds of things being produced by the factory. One of the things I want to get on with, and again, it's just science being in the way, being so slow with the 4 times tech I think I went for, and obviously all the expensive recipes and everything's just making it so slow, but we can really start to speed it up soon with increased production. We do get a load of attacks down where the old coal 1 used to be, and I do contemplate going and sorting that out, but I avoid it. I didn't really feel it was that important. We can go and sort that out later. I try and have a look at our repair area because the number hasn't gone down from 35 in ages, and I wanted to see what was going on, but we haven't put a radar in, so we can't actually look, so we get that sorted in a bit. But yeah, what I want to get on within the automated production area, obviously I have to do the research like I was just saying, but destroyer capsules, I really want to get on with that, and a flamethrower and my power armor, because I'm getting bored of laser turret pushing. I'd really like to get on with that. We just take a look at why science is so slow. It's partly not enough iron getting through to blue, but plastic's also running a bit thin as well. Anyway, I come and clear this base. I was meant to go down and sort that wall just south of me there. That was the main reason I came this way, but I completely forgot to do that. I come up through steam power just to have a quick look, which is fast becoming our backup power now. You know, nuclear's going to be primary soon, and steam's going to be just there as a backup. I really want to increase our accumulator capacity as well, because that's just handy for spikes and emergencies and stuff. But I know it's not really going to mean that nuclear's being saved or whatever. But yeah, I'm going to keep a nice balance between steam and nuclear, and then eventually steam will be a thing of the past. It'll just be there just in case we ever push it that far. I just go and check on the circuit's outpost, and we nearly get hit by a train. Also crash into that chest of stone I've been meaning to clear up ages ago, and file's just been sat there, and I probably won't sort it out until I actually need it. One of the places that has much needed attention, is this any of this making any sense, is copper 3, or yeah, copper 3 I think it is, or is it copper 4? No, it's copper 3, because I went and named coal 3 copper 4. But yeah, we need to come and sort the turrets out here. I double up the number of turrets there, because that gets attacked pretty squarely quite often, and they're still doing damage to the turrets, and in fact it gets a full-on attack while we're here, and even with the turrets doubled up, they managed to do quite a bit of damage to those turrets. So I was going to avoid putting walls in, this being quite a temporary outpost, but I give in and put them in to hopefully allow it to last longer. The bite is actually trying to go for me there, and then in areas here where I can definitely see a problem, I come and try and just double up the turrets, taking away the damaged ones and putting down slightly less damaged ones. And then at this point I realise I didn't go and do that bit of wall. So I finished doubling up the turrets up here, and we will go down and sort that out. But sorry to repeat going to the same areas for repairing. Normally I'd cut a lot of this out or speed it up, but I really didn't have enough time to record. Like I said, we also take out this row of the copper outpost because we don't need it anymore. The miners on the row below it will cover the edge of the patch. Also, my cat has just come to join me and fall asleep on my lap and keep knocking the mic cable, which makes horrible, horrible noises, which Draxel knows all about. So anyway, we catch the copper train down, and I finally come and have a look at that wall we messed up. I try and use the car as much as I can just to try and speed this up, because we've already been here, so this is getting a bit tedious now. Clearing up those turrets there that we don't really need. So what I'm going to do here is clear a load of space, and we massively increase the number of turrets here. You could just see the radar there flashing red, which I think is just a normal thing with lasers. I don't know if I need to have like tons and tons of accumulators down, because an accumulator has only a certain level of output of power. So maybe with enough we can stop those spikes happening where everything just cuts off very briefly. I know increasing my nuclear power area may sort it, but then that's going to be a massive waste of 235 without Kovacs running. But yeah, we will get on with Kovacs as soon as this last laser turret damage is done. I may sneak in some of the combat robotics. I don't know. We'll see how many packs it is. And then I realise something very stupid. None of the repair packs were being produced, of course, because I'm not feeding the logistics system with any cogs. So usually I put in a big load of belts feeding these cog assemblers to avoid bots doing it. But I really don't care. We're going big this episode. We're going to have bot unloading at the depot soon. So I might as well get them to deliver the iron as well. So we get that all done and we can actually finally get some repair packs made in this automated area. But yeah, I'm going to pretty much add absolutely everything in here. The factory's going to make everything. The only difference with my last series is I'm going to use active providers and values on the output inserters. And then the storage area is going to be down near the station. Because in the future, we're just going to be coming here for stuff like assemblers, all those kind of things. And I'm going to be coming in a train. So I want it delivered to me from the storage area straight away. So I'm going to use active providers in that production area rather than passive. It's just with the slow robots at the moment, there's no point. So I come and look at shutting off the factory's production of green circuits. Now you've got the outpost. And we get a load of biters getting in the automated production area because I haven't put enough laser turrets in. So they go and ruin half my cog production. So we get the last of the turrets on me in. I could probably put a few more. They might sneak in here anyway. So next episode, don't really know what I'm going to be working on. I haven't even had a chance to have a look and decide what I'm going to do. I'll just do it when I go to record. I may chuck in a load of production in that automated area between the episode. I don't know. We'll see how much time I have leading up to Saturday. But we also can investigate why plastic is slow, and it's actually just our base refining of crude oil, so we need to expand that area as well. Finally, we're using all the plastic we can produce, or all the petroleum technically. Maybe I need to do a plastics outpost soon. Anyway, we end the episode with a view of the research area, and I sneak in some of the character logistics stuff. But with all that said and done, that's going to be all we have time for. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed, and please do come and join us in the next episode. Bye-bye.